Hello students, welcome you all again. In the last class we have discussed about Avyayi Bhava Samasa, and I hope that you all understood Avyayi Bhava Samasa, and today we are going to discuss about Dvandva Samasa. Students, now we are looking into Dvandva Samasa. Dvandva Samasa means Ubhaya Pada Pradhanyam Dvandva Samasa. As I told you earlier that there will be two places in Samasa. One it is Purvapadam and second one it is Uttarapadam. Here the importance will be given to both the places. Means in the Purvapada Vardha Shabda will be written and in Uttarapada Vardha Shabda will be written. Both will be getting the equal importance. In this Dvandva Samasa, Purvapada and Uttarapada both will be either related or both will be opposite to each other. This Dvandva Samasa is divided into three types. First one it is Itaretara Dvandva Samasa, second one it is Samahara Dvandva Samasa, and the third one it is Ekasesha Dvandva Samasa. Now we will have a look into the Itaretara Dvandva Samasa. Itaretara Dvandva Samasa, cha will be taking place after each and every sabda. For example, if there will be two sabdas, each and every sabda after we will write cha. స్టూడెంట్స్, తెలుగులో చెప్పాలంటే ఇక్కడ మనం సమాసము సమస్త పదం అని ఒకటి విగ్రహవాక్యం అని ఒకటి చెప్పుకున్నాము ఆల్రెడీ. అందుట్లో మనం విగ్రహవాక్యం చేసుకున్నప్పుడు ప్రతి ఒక్క శబ్దము వెనకాల చ అనేటువంటి అవ్యయాన్ని మనం రాస్తాం అన్నమాట. చ అనేటువంటిది మనకి మరియు అనేటువంటి అర్థంలో వస్తుంది. చ అంటే ఏ అండ్ ఎండ్ అనే అర్థంలో వస్తుంది. హిందీ మే अगर आप पूछते हैं तो हर एक शब्द के बाद चा अक्षर का प्रयोग होगा. मतलब हम पहले जान चुके थे कि समस्त पद और विग्रह वाक्य होगा. जब हम विग्रह वाक्य लिखते हैं तब हर एक शब्द के बाद चा अक्षर का प्रयोग होगा. And the second point it is अंतिम शब्दस्य वचनं भवति. It means that Parapada or Uttarapada will get the Vachanam. Vachanam in the sense, in a Sanskrit we know that there will be Ekavachanam, Dvivachanam and Bahuvachanam. Three kinds of Vachanas are there. Means singular, dual and plural form. If one thing it is there, we call it as a single form, and two things are there means in English we will say that it is a plural form. But whereas in Sanskrit it is a dual form, and three or more than three are there means then it will be called as a Bahuvachanam. Here also Uttarapada will get the plural form or dual form according to the Shabdas were mentioned in the Samasa. Now look at into the third point. Samanyatah Strilinga Shabdanam Sthanam Purvapade Bhavati. Purvapade Bhavati means if a Strilinga Shabda will be taken place in the Samasa, then it will be written, mostly it will be written in the first word only, and the Pumlinga Shabda will be placed in the second word, that means Uttarapadam or Parapadam. Now have a look at the examples. See, first one it is Ramaha cha Krishnaha cha. Here as I told you, after each and every Shabda the letter cha will be placed over. Here two Shabdas we have written. After each and every Shabda we have written the letter cha. Cha means is nothing but it gives in the meaning of a and end, Rama and Krishna. But whereas in Sanskrit we have to write after every Shabda. Here the last letter, last word will get the Vachanam I said. Here Krishna is the last word of this Vigraha Vakya. So here how many words are there? Rama and Krishna, two are there. So that's why here Krishna Shabda will get Dvivachanam here. Here we have written Rama Krishna. It doesn't mean that Krishna, two Krishnas are there, including Rama and Krishna is also there. Now look at into the second example. Shivaha cha Keshavaha cha. Here Shiva is one Shabda and Keshava is another Shabda. So here two Shabdas we have written. So it is there in now Keshava Shabda will get a dual form here. If you take the Shabda of Keshava, Keshavaha, Keshavau, Keshavaha. So dual form we have written it here, Shiva Keshavau. In the up to examples we have taken only Pumlinga Shabdas. Rama is a Pumlinga Shabda, Krishna is a Pumlinga Shabda, Shiva is a Pumlinga Shabda, and Keshava is a Pumlinga Shabda. Now we will look at the Strilinga Shabdas. Ramacha, Umacha. In the same Pumlinga Shabdas, what we have written, what the procedure we have followed, the same thing we have to follow it here. Ramacha, Umacha. Here two Shabdas are there. So Uma Shabdam will get dual form. Uma, Ume, Umaha. Rama, Ume. Now look at the Napumsakalinga Shabdas. Patram cha, Pushpam cha, Phalam cha. Till now we have taken only two Shabdas everywhere, whereas in Pumlinga or in Strilinga. Here now we are going for the plural form. Patram cha, Pushpam cha, Phalam cha. Three Shabdas are there in Napumsakalingam. So the last letter, the last word will get the Vachanam. Which Vachanam it will get? Here how many Shabdas are there? 1, 2, 3. Patram, Pushpam, Phalam. So that's why 3 are there. So that's why Phala Shabdam will get Bahuvachanam. Look at here, Patra, Pushpa, Phalani. Till now we have seen the genders separately we have discussed. For example, here Pumlingam, both Pumlingam. Here both Strilingam, here Napumsakalingam. Now we are going to deal with this Strilingam and Pumlingam. I told in this last point that Samanyataha Strilinga Shabdanam Sthanam Purvapade Bhavati. Told that most probably Strilinga Shabdas will be placed in the Purvapada only and Pumlinga Shabdas will get the Vachanam. You may be getting the doubt that when we are joining of opposite genders, then which Shabda will get the Vachanam. Obviously, Pumlinga Shabdas will get the Vachanam over here. Here if you see Sita cha, Ramaha cha, the cha process is same here. And Rama Shabdam will get Dvivachanam. Why? Because here two are there. Though Sita is a Strilinga Shabdam also, Rama Shabdam it will be written in a Dvivachanam in Pumlinga only. See, look at here, Sita Ramo. Sita cha, Ramaha cha, Sita Ramo. We will look at some more examples. Here Ramaha cha, Lakshmanaha cha. Here two Shabdas we have written. So that's why last one we have written this Lakshmana Shabda. So Lakshmana Shabda will get Dvivachanam. Rama Lakshmanau. Harihi cha, Haraha cha. Here two Shabdas. Last Shabda, Har Shabda will get a dual form. So Dvivachanam, Hariharau. Krishnaha cha, Arjunaha cha. Krishna Arjunau. Here in Itaretara Dvandva Samasa, the name itself we can see that Itaretaramu, joining or adding of two different kind of things. It is called as Itaretara Dvandva Samasa. Students, let's get into the Samahara Dvandva Samasa. The Samasa deals about mostly about the groups. Sajati or Vijati Varnana Vishaye Asya Samasasya Upyogaha Bhavati. Ante means when we are making samasa regarding the same group or otherwise a rival race, in this case samahara dvandva samasa will be used. Samuha arde asya prayogaha bhavati. That means when we are saying about a group, in that case this will be used. Samastapadam napumsakalingam ekavachane bhavati. Samastapadam, you know about that one. There will be Vigraha Vakya and Samastapadam, as I said you, when we are making the explanation in a short form, that will be called as Samastapadam. In the previous Samasa, Itaretara Dvandva Samasa, we have learned that Samastapadam will be written according to the number of the Shabdas mentioned in the Samasa. But whereas if you look at over here in this Samahara Dvandva Samasa, there will be two Shabdas or three Shabdas or whatever it may be, n number of Shabdas were mentioned in the Samasa also, then the Samastapada ultimately written in Napumsakalingam Ekavachanam only. And one more point, Prani, Vadya, Senadi, Angani, Samahara Dvandve Ekavachane Bhavati. Prani means the animals, and Senadi, Vadyam means the instruments, Sena means soldiers, means the king, he will be having his soldiers and as well as servants. When we are discussing about them, when we are explaining about them, all these things which I have mentioned over here, they will be coming onto under this ekavachana napumsakalingam ekavachana only we will write. And here idam shabdasya prayogah kriyate. When we are making into the vigraha vakya, we will take the use of this idam shabda. Most probably in Sasti Vibhakti only we will use, and at the end of the vigraha vakya samaharaha, the shabda will be written in the each and every samasa when we are making the vigraha vakya. And when we making the samasta pada, it will be written in the napumsakalingam ekavachanam only. స్టూడెంట్స్, ఈ సమాస ఏంటంటే సజాతి ధ్రువాలు కానీ విజాతి కానీ మనం తీసుకున్నప్పుడు వాటిని వర్ణించేటువంటి విషయంలో కానీ వాటి గురించి చెప్పేటువంటి విషయంలో కానీ ఈ యొక్క సమాహార ద్వంద్వాన్ని మనం ఉపయోగిస్తాం అన్నమాట. ఉదాహరణకి కాకోలుకం అనేటువంటిది ఒక ఉదాహరణ. కాకహాచ ఊలుకహాచ తయోహో సమాహార. అంటే కాకి అనేటువంటిది, ఊలుకము అంటే గొడ్లగూబ అనేటువంటిది రెండు కూడా పక్షి జాతికి చెందినటువంటివి. అదే విజాతి అని చెప్పాను మీకు నేను. విజాతి అంటే సర్పనకులం. సర్పహాచ నకులహాచ అంటే ఇక్కడ చూడండి, సర్పము నకులము అంటే ముంగీస, ఈ రెండు కూడా విజాతి అనమాట. సర్పహాచ నకులహాచ అనయోహ సమాహార. సో ఇటువంటి సందర్భాల్లో మనం ఈ యొక్క సమాహార ద్వంద్వ సమాసాన్ని మనం వాడతాం. అదే మనం సమస్త పదాన్ని కనుక చేసినట్టయితే దాన్ని సర్పనకులం అని, కాకోలుకం అని మనం చెప్తాం అన్నమాట. स्टूडेंट्स, सजाति विजाति मैंने बोला था. सजाति मतलब यहाँ पे सेम ग्रुप, दे बिलोंग्स टू द सेम ग्रुप, मतलब दोनों पक्षी के जाति के संबंधित है. उदाहरण के लिए काकोलुकम, काकहा चा ऊलुकहा चा, काकी भी पक्षी हैं और ऊल भी पक्षी हैं. दोनों के बारे में हम यहाँ पे वर्णन कर रहे हैं, इसीलिए इन दोनों का शब्द यहाँ लिया गया है और वो भी समाहार द्वंद्व में लिया गया है. और विजाति मैंने बोला सर्पनकुलम, नकुल मतलब मंगूस, सर्प सांप के, दोनों का दोनों के बीच में विरोध है. इन दोनों का वर्णन यहाँ कर रहे हैं, इन दोनों के बारे में हम यहाँ बोल रहे हैं, इसीलिए वो भी समाहार द्वंद्व में लिखा जाएगा. स्टूडेंट्स, लेट्स हैव ए लुक ऑन दिस एग्जांपल्स. पाणी च पादौ च तेषां समाहारः. पाणिपादम. I already noticed you previously that idam shabda prayoga will be taking place here. See here, tesham samahara, it is there in plural form. See, pani cha padau cha tesham samahara. Here pani means two hands, padau means two legs. See how many are there? 4 are there. So that's why we have written here tesham. Here, as I told you, in this samasa, when we make into the vigraha vakya, the word samaharaha will be taken place. And when we are making into the samasta pada, pani cha padau cha tesham samaharaha panipadam. Panipadam. Ultimately, if you look at this shabda, it seems to be like napumsakalingam ekavachanam. Okay, as I told you in the Itaretra Dvandva Samasa, the last shabda will get the vachanam I said. Here the last shabda is padau, but we are not writing the plural form at here, as according to the rule of this samahara dvandva samasa, we are writing the last letter in napumsakalingam form, ekavachanam form. See, panipadam. Gauhu cha vyagraha cha tayoho samaharaha. Here I told that jati virodham. Here gauhu means cow, vyagraha means tiger. See, they both are not friends. See, as well as if you take here two shabdas are there, tayoho, tasmin tayoho, tasyam tayoho, tasam. See, tayoho, it is there in Sasti Vibhakti Dvivachanam. See, when we are making into the samasta pada, go vyagram, napumsakalingam ekavachanam we have written over here. And dasaha cha dasi cha tayoho samaharaha. As I told that prani, sena, vadya, angani, here these will be in this samahara dvandva samasa. I said dasaha cha dasi cha, they both belongs to the servants of this king. I told already, I explained you earlier. See, dasaha cha dasi cha tayoho, here two members are there, so that's why tayoho in dual form he used samaharaha. Dasi dasam. Napumsakalingam, Ekavachanam, it is also there. The last one, it is Ekasesha Dvandva Samasa. Ekasesha Dvandva Samasa, most probably it will be used to say the relation between the two persons. They were not separate, they are same, means abedham. There is no difference. We cannot say that they were separated. So for example, I will say that here Mata cha Pita cha, Mata and father, Mata, mother and father, they both are not separated. So that's why ultimately we have written here Pitaro. So mother is including of the father only. Pitaro means here Mata cha Pita cha. And if you take the another example, Parvati cha Parameshwaraha cha, Parameshwaro, Parvati cha Parameshwaraha cha, Parameshwaro. As I said you that the Strilinga Sabda will be placed in the Purvapada and Pumlinga Sabda will be placed in the Uttarapada. And the Pumlinga Sabda will get the Vachanam. Both, if you can see here, only Pumlinga Sabdas were written in the Dvivachanam only. So this is Ekasesha Dvandva Samasa. Students, I hope that you have understood this Dvandva Samasa. If you are having any kind of doubts, you can call me and you can clarify your doubts. Once again, I am saying that to make Samasa or Sandhi or question making or otherwise Kartruvachyam, Karmavachyam, whatever it may be in Sanskrit, you have to get knowledge on some Sabdas and Dhatus, and moreover, you should know the language also. In the last video I have linked up an Sambhashana Samskritam video, and now also I am going to link up another video to you. Please go through the videos very seriously, take it as serious and learn the language. Thank you students, have a nice day.